for wind. Interesting. And then we've got Lean from Nottingham and Yakub. Good evening from Saudi. Pleased to join. Hi, Vidyamala and everyone. So yeah, big welcome to person in Saudi. Yakub and Kathy. Hello from a lovely Cheshire. I've got you all on gallery view at the moment, so that's really nice. I can see you. And I'd suggest that we all go on gallery view if we can, because it helps us get a sense of community, the community aspect of what we're doing. And it is so much easier to meditate with others than meditating on one's own. I can see lots of familiar faces, which is really lovely. And yeah, as I said, if you're here for the first time, then special welcome to you. So we've got Penny, greetings from Broadbottom. Jackie, hello from Manchester. Karen, hello everyone from Maidenhead in East Berkshire. A little breeze here. Bridget, hi from chilly Suffolk. The heating back on. And Penny, hello from cat sitting in Midhurst and Sussex. Nat, another hi from Nottingham. And Donna Marie, lovely to be here sharing from Nottinghamshire. Sorry, not on video. That's fine, Donna Marie. And Kathleen, hello from Edinburgh. Victoria from La Mesa in California. Susan in Norwich. Judy in North London. Meg from sunny Todmorden, lovely to be here. And Hazel, cool here in Arbroath. No change there. Lovely to see everyone. I think that's a Scottish person saying no change in it being cool. I think Arbroath must be up in Scotland. And Carolyn from Guildford. Cynthia, good morning from the Pacific Northwest in the USA. So glad I could join today. Yeah, I don't know what the time is there, Cynthia, but hopefully it's respectable. Not the middle of the night. And Hazel, hello from sunny Chorley in Lancashire. Oh, it's 11 a.m. for Cynthia. That's not too bad. And Bronwyn, hello from a chilly and sunny High Wycombe. Fran from chilly Suffolk. Hazel saying it's the east coast of Scotland where she is, right on the coast, so it's always cooler. And Sandra, hello everyone. It's 11 a.m. on the west coast of Canada. Another beautiful May day. Good. So maybe I'll got Jody from Seattle. So I'm going to turn off my chat box now because it's 1 minute past the hour. And we'll just wait another minute or two and then we'll begin. So yes, for those of you who have just joined, I was suggesting that we spend a bit of time attending to our posture. So deciding how you want to position your body for the meditation. And you can do it sitting, you can do it lying down, you can do it standing. It's completely up to you. But I always encourage people to take care, to really think, okay, so how do I want to position my body? What's going to be most supportive for alertness and relaxation, which is an interesting combination because often when we're really relaxed, we're not very alert. And sometimes when we're alert, we're a little bit tense. But what we're looking for when we meditate is a quality of alert presence and yet softness in the body. Yeah, so what's going to help you with that? You might want to get a different chair, you might want to get a blanket. Yeah, so just taking our time. And then, do you want to do any stretching? So you could, if you want to, just do a little bit of stretching in a way that's comfortable for you, just to help the body transition from whatever we've been doing before into meditation so that we're giving the body a cue that I'm going to be inside and I'm going to be attending to my body. Yeah. So when you've finished whatever movements you've done, if we just settle into stillness. So what we're going to do today is a bit of an old favorite, which is called the 5 B's of the breath. So some of you will have done this before, and for some of you it might be new. So I'm not talking about bumblebees. I'm talking about words that start with the letter B. And this is 5 parts of the body that we're going to attend to that can really help us inhabit whole body breathing. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can unwind habits that we have of bracing and gripping and contracting and learn how to rest in a more fluid and open sense of the body, the heart, and the mind. And it's said that that's the natural way of things. The natural way of things is fluidity, openness, spaciousness. But what we often do is we contract on top of that and we tighten up, and we're either grabbing hold of things that we want or we're pushing away things that we don't want. And we end up just quite braced and stiff and tight in the body, in the heart, in the mind. So this 5 Bs of the breath practice is a way to rest inside breathing in the whole body and inside a more fluid sense of everything. So the 5 Bs are the buttocks, or the bum, or the butt, depending on how polite you are and depending on where you live, because the Americans tend to call it the butt. Here we call it the buttocks. But it's that part of the body, the base of the torso where we've got the 2 cheeks. That area can be chronically tight and gripped. And if we're tight and gripped in that area, it tends to inhibit breathing in the whole body. So I'll lead us into a way to release around that area. The second B is the belly. So we're seeing if we can let the belly be soft, seeing if we can let the belly expand a little bit on the in-breath, subside a little bit on the out-breath. The third B is the back of the body. So we'll see if we can feel breathing in the back of the body. Very often people think breath just happens here or maybe here, but breathing is in the whole body. So what we can come to rest within are the movements and sensations of breathing in the back of the body. This is naturally calming, brings online the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the calming side of the nervous system. So that's the third B. The fourth B is the back of the mouth. So it's the area around the glottis. And again, we can be quite chronically tight in that area. So if I was to contract that area now and keep talking, can you hear how my voice has changed? It's become more nasal, it's become higher, and I always get my New Zealand accent when I do this. I think because I lived in New Zealand for the first 30 years of my life, and I think, to be honest, I was quite gripped in that area a lot of the time. So we'll do some releasing in that area. And then the fifth B is the brain. This is very, very interesting. You might think of your brain as being the solid organ inside, but the brain is something like 78% water. So it's a very pliable, squidgy, watery organ, and it rests inside the skull, rests inside tissues and bones. And these can also have a very, very subtle rhythm of breathing. You won't feel it directly, but we can imagine it. And just imagining it can have a releasing quality. So we're going to work through the 5 Bs of the breath, and then we'll broaden out to the whole body, and we'll see if we can rest in a more fluid and open experience of everything. Good. Okay, so the first thing is to settle into the position that we've chosen. If there's anyone here for the first time, special welcome, and all you need to do is follow along as best you can. And I will guide the practice fully. You'll find that you wander off. That's completely normal. That's what minds do. But when you notice you've wandered, then you're present. So you're succeeding in your practice, and you can just call your attention back inside breathing, inside the body, and follow along with the instructions again. And we can close our eyes if we would like to. Sometimes that can be quite helpful. It just reduces external distraction. Or you could lower your gaze. And allowing the weight of the body to rest down into the surface beneath us. So if it's a chair, we can let the buttocks be soft, resting into the chair, the back of the thighs, resting into the chair, feet into the floor. If we're lying down, it'll be the back of the body and the back of the head, back of the legs. If we're standing, it'll be the soles of the feet. But seeing if we can take our place upon the earth with intentionality and with this quality of allowing and release. Very often we're braced against experience. There's a very subtle pulling away from experience. So what's it like to begin to rest into whatever's happening right now with more openness, less bracing? Having the hands supported somehow or other. If we're sitting, it might be resting on the legs or in the lap. If we're lying down, you can have the hands on the body, palms downwards, or resting at the sides of the body, palms upwards. It's completely up to you. Letting the elbows be supported. If we're standing, having the hands resting gently at the side of the body. To help us arrive, help us settle a little bit. If you want to, you could take a few deeper in-breaths. And on each out breath, release, arrive a little bit more. Let the next in-breath flow back in its own time. So do that a few times, letting go of what's just gone before. Maybe we've been eating our meal or rushing to get here. Letting all that go, it's gone now. It's in the past. And letting go of anticipating the future. With each out breath, arriving in the body, in the present, in the here and now as best we can. And then when we're ready, we can allow our breathing to find its own natural rhythm. So letting go of intentionality around breathing, letting it be natural in the body. And seeing if we can give the weight of the body up to gravity. Gravity is this mysterious force always holding us close to the earth. But when we're tight or tense, we tend to be resisting gravity, which is very tiring. And it can be really beautiful to learn to live with gravity. The quality of resting and settling and being. So let's just come a little closer now into the 5 B's of the breath. And allowing our awareness to rest inside the buttocks. So seeing if we can notice a subtle distinction between thinking about the buttocks and resting inside the buttocks. Very often if we think about them, it's like we're up in our head and there's a searchlight looking down. We're slightly removed. But resting inside, we'll feel sensations, the sensations of contact with the chair or the bed. Maybe tingling, maybe buzzing. This discomfort, notice if there's a tendency to brace against it, to tense against it. And in the noticing, can we soften a little bit? And notice the way the experience we label pain is continually changing, just like the breath, flowing through the moments. I think we can allow the buttocks to yield into the chair or the bed rather than perch on top. Again, noticing that subtle distinction. Now allowing our awareness to flow up in the body and to come to rest in the belly. The whole soft front of the body, between the pelvis at the bottom, base of the ribs at the top. And seeing if we can allow a very gentle swelling on the in-breath, subsiding on the out-breath, being very careful not to force or strain. But letting the buttocks be soft, and then it's a little bit easier sometimes for the belly to also soften. Be breathed. Just holding it in light awareness, so we're not over focusing or forcing. We're resting and allowing. Including the chest area, the ribs expanding, subsiding, lungs filling and emptying. Very gentle, resting right inside. Now allowing our awareness to flow into the whole back of the body, or back of the torso. Come back down to the buttocks for a few moments. If gripping has come into being again, which it often does, then noticing just yielding into the bed or the chair again, resting. And allowing our awareness to pour up the back of the body. Let's start with the lower back, being aware of the breadth and the length of the lower back. Maybe there's an echo of breathing in this area, maybe there isn't, just being curious. Maybe the shape is changing a little bit on the in-breath and the out-breath. Coming to the middle back. And then allowing our awareness to fill the upper back, the length, the breadth, back of the ribs, back of the lungs, shoulder blades. Resting inside the movements and sensations of breathing inside the upper back. Keeping the buttocks soft, the belly soft at the same time. Expanding to be aware of the whole torso, the front, the back, the sides, inside, surface. Allowing the torso to open a little bit in all directions on the in-breath. Subside a little bit in all directions on the out-breath. Letting the body be soft. Now allowing awareness to flow up inside the neck, into the head, into the back of the mouth area. Just check the position of the head. So if we're sitting, lengthening through the crown of the head, just drawing the chin back a tiny bit. If we're lying down, letting the head be heavy, resting into the pillow, the cushion. Allowing our awareness come inside the mouth. Let the tongue be soft, the jaw soft, lips soft. Lips lightly touching if that's comfortable. So we're breathing through the nose if that's possible. Imagine that the back of the mouth is like a broad avenue. And the wind of the breath is pouring through this avenue on the way into the body and pouring back out through this avenue on the way out of the body. It's very broad, open, clear. Maybe it's a sunny day. Let the eyes be soft, cheeks soft. And imagine the brain inside the head is soft, just resting in its little cradle. Watery, fluid, soft. You've got lots of thoughts. You could perhaps imagine the thoughts having a little rest. And feeling into the physicality of the head. It's a part of the body. It's not separate to the body. Being aware of sensations in the head. Come back down now to the whole torso. Checking that the buttocks are still soft, the belly soft, back of the body soft. Quality of opening in all directions on the in-breath, subsiding on the out-breath. Yielding and resting. Now allowing this quality of awareness to spill into the limbs. So let's start off with the shoulders and the arms. Seeing if we can let the shoulders fall away from the midline of the body into gravity. And allowing our awareness to pour through the arms like water inside the upper arms and the elbows, the lower arms, wrists, hands and fingers. We're sitting. Can we let the hands be fully supported by the legs or the lap, whatever they're resting on? Likewise, if we're lying down, seeing if we can notice any subtle grasping or pushing away in the hands and let them rest in the moment. We're standing, letting the hands hang lightly at the side of the body. Now allowing awareness to play back up the arms, down through the torso, into the hips and the legs. So letting awareness spill through the hips, into the legs. Again, checking that the buttocks are soft. Let the legs fall away from the hips. Awareness pour inside the legs through the upper thighs, lower thighs, the knees, lower legs, the ankles and the feet. And now let's broaden to be aware of the whole body, whether we're sitting, lying or standing. The legs and the torso and the arms and the neck and the head and the face. Seeing if we can feel this experience we label body in an integrated and whole way. And noticing the way it's not as static as we often assume. Flow of changing sensations in the whole body and the movement of breathing in the whole body. Seeing if we can allow this flow rather than contracting against it. Grabbing hold of things we like, pushing away things we don't like. Releasing into wholeness, releasing into flow in the body. In just a moment, we're going to begin to bring the practice to a close. And even hearing those words, you might notice there's an anticipatory tensing in the body. Seeing if we can stay soft and open. And when we're ready, bring a tiny bit of movement into the body, maybe the fingers and toes, the hands a little bit, maybe whatever's comfortable, maybe moving the head a little bit. And again, notice if you immediately go a bit jerky, gripping around breathing, seeing if we can keep the breathing soft, fluid, the body soft and fluid. And coming into bigger movements in our own time. Opening the eyes when we're ready. And coming back to the screen when we're ready, if we want to. Otherwise, of course, just staying in your space, as it were. So for those who are here for the first time, very wonderful to have you with us. And I always stay on for a little bit at the end, and people write in the chat box what they noticed. And I always read them out, because we sometimes have people here for whom reading the chat box is difficult. And just to tell you about a couple of events coming up as well. So not next week. Next week will be Space to Breathe as usual, but the following Tuesday, we're doing a really special event, which is me in conversation with John Kabat-Zinn. And John Kabat-Zinn is the grandfather, really, of the modern mindfulness movement. So way back in the 70s, he was the person who had a vision, really, about taking mind training skills out of the monastery and into the world, and in particular healthcare initially. So I'd really encourage you guys to come to that if you want to. It's also a fundraiser for Breathworks. We're a struggling charity, like many struggling charities these days. I think the lowest price ticket is $19.50, and then if you can give more, then obviously we would love that. But this is all very clearly laid out on the website. And if you're interested, just put yes in the chat box, and our wonderful marketing team can extract who you are from the chat box, and they will send you information. And then the other thing that I'd love to tell you about is a retreat happening at the end of May on mindfulness and nature, and it's hybrid. So it's residential at Adastana, which is a really, really beautiful place next door to where I live. It's really, really gorgeous. And then if you're joining online, we've got lots of really innovative ways to help you feel fully included. We'll do some meditations outside that we'll live stream, and there's groups, and we'll be encouraging you to engage with nature in your own way at home. And I can see Jo is showing us her flowers, which is really beautiful. Yeah. And every evening we're going to be doing slow breathing to music, which is a fantastic way to regulate the nervous system. And that we'll be introducing that. So if you put yes in the chat box, you'll be sent details about both the Kabat-Zinn event and the mindfulness and nature retreat. Fantastic. Good. So let me just read out some of the comments from people about what you noticed in that practice. So several people saying they feel relaxed, which is great. And Victoria, always so healing and soothing. So yeah, relaxation's a word and soothing is a word. And then Joanne saying it's really relaxing and massaging, a great way to release tension and pain. Yeah, it's very interesting. I think when we rest right inside the body in this way, and we realize that the body is not innately static, that there's always this very subtle movement going on, it can be like a massage. We're sort of giving ourselves an internal massage, which is a really wonderful thing to be able to do, isn't it? And there's a quote that I've mentioned many times from a Chinese Buddhist text that says, when the movement is still, the stillness can move. When the movement is still, the stillness can move, which I think is really wonderful. So when we're not doing gross movements, we can tune into much deeper subtlety. And what appears to be still has its own very, very subtle movement, which can be massaging. And Janice, thank you. Just what I needed. And thanks to Mark for Fab Tech. Yes, big, big thanks to Mark as usual. He's here every single week serving us. And the tech is always brilliant. So thank you so much, Mark. And Valerie, very thankful for this. I have felt extremely tired and my mind was bursting in all directions. Little by little, it subsided and I feel quieter and relaxed now. Thank you, Vidyamala and Mark. That's so descriptive, isn't it? My mind was bursting in all directions. I'm sure we've all experienced that at one time or another. How the mind just feels like it's bursting out. So wonderful. Little by little, it subsided. There's a really wonderful uh, thing to understand that if we come right inside the body, we're present and we can't be lost in thought at exactly the same moment. As soon as we're lost in thought, we're not in contact with the body in the same way. But if we fill our kind of band of awareness with presence, which includes the body, then our mind can't burst in all directions at exactly the same time. So that's what you did, Valerie. You just shifted your awareness from a mind that's bursting in all directions to being in the body. Fantastic. And then Sarah really appreciated this practice. Amazing to notice where tightness may be around and how subtle this can be. Yes, exactly. It really can be. You know, when you get more and more tuned and more sensitive to your inner experience, it is quite fascinating just how subtle tightness can be. You know, it can just be that these little grippings happening. But what can happen with practice is we're changing our default setting. So rather than our natural state being to grip, our natural state is much more open and fluid. And that can have a profound effect on your whole experience of life because you're kind of living, going with life rather than continually going to war with life. And obviously, that's going to be more pleasurable. And Fran really appreciated the opportunity to step out of hectic family life for a few moments. Mm. Lots of yeses, so that's good. Lots of people interested in these events. Um, and then Sue, thank you, Vidyamala and Mark. Found the back breathing really interesting and calming. Yeah, it's a really wonderful discovery that we've got all this experience in the back of our body that we often just blank out. And I think we blank it out because our sensing organs are facing forwards. So we kind of not very aware of what's in the back unless it's hurting, and then we're aware of it, of course. But there's a whole kind of universe just waiting for us in the back of the body. And it is interesting that that stimulates the calming side of the nervous system. Jody, I feel a greater sense of presence and peacefulness. Hazel, I love the 5 Bs of the breath. Yeah. Cynthia, feeling bathed in calmness. That's a lovely expression. Feeling bathed in calmness. Mm. And Meg, thank you. I was very tense at the beginning, but I am so relaxed now. So that's so interesting, isn't it? You know, 25 minutes maybe. Probably the practice was 20 minutes. So by using awareness in this intentional way, we can completely change our subjective experience. I mean, that is really worth reflecting on, isn't it? That's all you've done, Meg. You haven't done any physical exercise or done anything to um, work on the tension in any other way, but just by using the mind, our experience can change. So, Sue, all the molecules dancing around, that's beautiful. Yeah, all the molecules dancing around. And of course, you know, with quantum physics, right at the very heart of all those molecules is space. So all the molecules in space dancing around. And Judith, thank you for this lovely practice. First time for me. So special welcome to you, Judith. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And Liz, time always passes so quickly, but feel re-energized for the evening. And Simon, thanks for Jamala and Mark. Lovely meditation. Feeling much more relaxed and love the back of the mouth breathing affects my whole body. Yeah, there's a physiological reason for that, that the back of the mouth is very connected to the pelvis. So by relaxing the bum, that we're relaxing one end, but actually work, if we can let this area be soft, then the whole body can be a little bit easier. And I know that you were in hospital last week having a lot of trouble with your breathing, so this might be something to help. Sometimes if we're quite tight here, it can be quite difficult to sort of get at it. You know, we're so habitually blocked in this area. But because the pelvis and the jaw are very connected, if we relax the bum, it will also release the jaw. It's quite difficult to have a relaxed bum and a tight jaw. You could try it. You can just about manage it if you try really hard, but I wouldn't recommend that. But you know, sometimes relaxing the bum is a slightly easier thing to do than softening here, but it will indirectly soften the jaw as well. And Sarah visualized a slowly incoming violet tide, each wave coming up from my feet to the brain. That's beautiful. A slowly incoming violet tide. Gorgeous. Penny, very relaxing. The cat relaxed too. I go to another state of consciousness where I am awake and can hear your voice, but time falls away. Which is also very interesting, isn't it? How time is just another construct that we identify with, but it can fall away. And Helen, for me, the back of the mouth breathing is quite profound. I can feel it in my back and back of legs. Very relaxing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we can think we just done a little bit of body relaxation for half an hour, but it is profound because what we're doing is we're resting right inside the fluid, dynamic nature of being, which is very different from being stuck in a little tight, rigid experience of self. So actually, it can be a very, very deep practice. And Gillian, how can I get a link to tonight's meditation that I could share with a friend who is in a lot of pain right now? I think this could really support her. If you go to YouTube, to the Breathworks YouTube channel, and there's a whole playlist which is Space to Breathe, so you'll find it there. That's right, isn't it, Mark? Yeah, you're nodding. Excellent. And Donna Marie, many thanks. A wonderful experience. Just being. That's very good. Closing the eyes is really helpful. Relaxing the buttocks automatically help the whole body release into gravity. Yeah. It really is that simple, but we keep forgetting. And Mary, first time for me too. Thank you. It's been a tough day, but this has really helped. And I really felt the sensations and tingling in my body. So I'm sorry it's been a tough day, Mary, but big welcome. And I hope you'll come back again. Okay, good. So that's the end of the comments. And remember, if any of you are interested in either of these events, if you just pop yes in the chat box and the team will send you an email with more details. So thank you so much, Mark, as always. And we'll be here next week. And then the following week, we'll have the Kabat-Zinn event and then we'll back to Space to Breathe. Good. Go well, everybody. Thank you. You can unmute to say goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Mark, Vidyamala. Thank you.